Hey guys, Xaryu here. Today I wanted to make a video talking about honor talents. I've made a video already talking about normal talents, and the only reason this video is so delayed is because I didn't know the best honor talents. So still, at the start of this video, I want to say this is the start of a new expansion, a start of a new season, and these are the honor talents that I'm taking so far, but they could still change, depending on different patches, or depending on different compositions, or depending on different playstyles. So this is what I'm taking right now. First talent row, there's Gladiator's Medallion, there's Adaptation, and there's Relentless. So we have a Trinket, which is just a standard Trinket, okay? We have Adaptation, which auto-trinkets any CC longer than 5 seconds with a 1 minute internal. And then we have Relentless, okay? Relentless is duration of incoming CC reduced by 25%. So with Gladiator's Medallion, I would take this in almost every single duel. As a mage, I would take this in 2v2 when you're playing Rogue Mage because it's very fast paced. You just boom, boom, boom. You need to, trinket that, get counter CC, etc. And you need to get out of CC at certain exact moments. So with twos or duels, I would go with this. However, in longer games of 3v3, you can still go with Trinket if that's what you're comfortable with. I would put Relentless up there. So against maybe like a Warlock, Mage composition with a lot of CC, or even like Rogue Mage where you're just getting trained, one Trinket isn't going to do you as much good as 25% of all CC. So this is kind of a judgment call. Am I doing duels and twos, where I want more of like an on-demand get out of something, or do I want to just reduce all CC by 25%? This kind of depends on what you're fighting and what bracket you're playing in. So in most threes, I would say Relentless. In most twos and duels, I would say Gladiator's Medallion. For the second row here, we have Train of Thought, Mind Quickness, and Initiation. Train of Thought has 15% damage, but is cancelled if you take any damage. Pretty bad in PvP, just because you're always taking damage, and there's just no way you're going to get away with this for at least too long, so it just doesn't make any sense. Mind Quickness is the talent I have chosen. It gives you 6% haste. Haste is an amazing stat for Mage, helps you get sheeps, helps you get cast, and it's just really good in general. And then here we have Initiation, the critical chance of your damaging abilities above increased by 30% chance on targets above 80% health. So it's like almost like a shatter combo or something. So if someone's higher HP, you get more crit. Frost mages already have high crit, you don't really need this at all. So the flat haste is by far the best. No question here. Third talent row, we have Nether Wind Armor, Burning Determination, and Prismatic Cloak. So Prismatic Cloak you should take against any caster team. So if there's a Fire Mage, a Druid, a Resto or Boomkin, a Shadow Priest, anything that can CC you, do a lot of bursts with spells, you want to take Prismatic Cloak 100% of the time, and that's because you can blink as you're about to take damage, immune the spell damage. If you're about to get CC'd, you can blink, immune the Cyclone, immune the Sheep. There's so many uses for this thing. It's amazing. It can help you live, it can help you avoid CC, it can help you land CC, it's just so good. Against, say, something like Rogue Windwalker, Rogue DK, or Rogue Warrior or something like that, double physical damage, there's no more spells, and they don't have a Resto Druid as a healer, I would recommend Burning Determination if there's two kicks you need to avoid. So Rogue Warrior, Rogue Feral, something like that, I would go Burning Determination if there's two kicks to avoid. If there's a Spellcaster, Shadow Priest Rogue, I would still recommend Prismatic Cloak. You don't need Burning Determination because Shadow Priest doesn't have a kick, etc. So hope that clears things up. Nether Wind Armor, I can't even think of a situation where you'd want this. It's almost like the old Resilience. It's not bad, but Prismatic Cloak would just help you avoid more damage, and if it's double melee, then you just want to go Burning Determination so you can free cast more to get the damage off of you anyway. So for this fourth row, we have Temp Shield, Dense Ice, and Kleptomania. Kleptomania got changed to 30 seconds from 15 seconds. Not very good anymore because the longer cooldown, you'd rather just have spell steals than only one every 30 seconds. Won't bore you there. Dense Ice increases the amount of ice barriers worth by 60%, but it only absorbs physical damage. So like Burning Determination against double physical damage dealers. So that's Windwalker Rogue, Warriors, Ferals, stuff like that. Things that aren't physical. Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters are spell damage even though they're a melee. DKs do a lot of spell damage even though they're melee. So against those kind of things, Dense Ice is terrible. But against double physical, like double Rogue or Rogue Windwalker, Rogue Warrior, Rogue Feral, which you don't fight very often, I would say go Dense Ice, because the 60% more is actually pretty large. But against everything else, I would go Temp Shield. Any caster, even if there's one melee, one caster, go Temp Shield. Temp Shield shares a cooldown with Ice Barrier, which means you're like, oh, shoot, that's not that good, right? However, Temp Shield is off global cooldown, and it's in the Arcane tree. So if you get locked in a Frostbolt or a Ring of Frost, you can still Temp Shield, but you can't Ice Barrier. Also, Temp Shield, like I mentioned earlier, is off global cooldown. So if you find yourself in a moment, you're like, oh crap, I need to stop damage now, or get healed back for damage now, because I'm about to take a lot of damage, I'm on global cooldown, boom, you can pop that Temp Shield and heal you back. So it is really good, and I would take it almost against everything, unless they're double melee, then go Dense Ice. Here for this fifth row, almost the end here, guys, sorry for the long video, we have Deep Shatter, Frostbite, and Chill to the Bone. Initially, I thought Deep Shatter was good, then I was having second thoughts, saying maybe Frostbite and Chill to the Bone's better because you get rid of all your icicle, or your fingers this way. I still think Deep Shatter is the best after some testing. So Frostbolt deals 200% more against frozen targets, but you no longer get Fingers of Frost from pretty much any way of getting them. So this means you can Frostbolt, Pet Nova, Frostbolt, Ice Nova, something like that, and get a huge Deep Shatter off. That's really good. It gives you high burst. What it also means is you have no Fingers of Frost, which gives you no consistent pressure, which is kind of bad. But as a Frost Mage, you really do just want those burst moments, and yeah, that's about it. With Frostbite, it freezes the target, but it's almost too often. It freezes the target for 4 seconds, but it DRs your Pet Nova and your normal Nova, which means when you need the Pet Nova, it's DR'd, which kind of sucks. So Frostbite isn't really too much of an option. Chill to the Bone does almost no damage, and it's actually bugged right now. It doesn't even work with your Water Ellie's Freeze, so it's just not good. Also, if you try to sheep off of a Nova, and then the Nova breaks, it'll break your sheep, so just not very good in general. Here we have Concentrated Coolness, Burst of Cold, and Ice Form. Ice Form is the best for one major reason, or a couple major reasons. One major reason, it's a very short cooldown, and it employs Shield to the Core. Shield to the Core is a 20% frost damage buff every time you activate Icy Veins. However, Ice Form replaces Icy Veins with a 45-second cooldown, giving you Chill to the Core, even though you're not Icy Veinsing every 3 minutes. So you basically get a 45-second, 20% frost damage buff, 30% frost bolt buff, immunity to stuns and knockback, and it's on a 45-second cooldown. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing ability. It just gives you so much extra damage, immunes to stuns. Also, you can use it kind of like an Icebound Fortitude if you're already stunned. Ice Form to get out of it. Very good ability. Burst of Cold, no. It just resets your Frost Nova, resets your Cone of Cold, and increases its damage. It still hits for almost nothing. Very bad. Concentrated Coolness also with this spec. Your Orb does almost no damage. It doesn't grant Fingers. Not very good in general. So this is the spec I'm going with. I have my talents down below in another video. I'll go ahead and link you guys to that if you want to check out my normal talents. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video is very informative. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see next. Give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!